అందరికీ నమస్కారం టు ఆల్. ఓం శ్రీ మహాగణాధిపతయే నమో నమః. శ్రీ మహాసరస్వత్యై నమః. శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. హరి ఓం. A warm welcome to all of you. This video is regarding the annular solar eclipse which is going to occur on 21st of June 2020, Sunday, Jyeshta Bahula Amavasya. And the one more importance of this day is this is summer solstice day, that is the longest day in the year in northern hemisphere, whereas in southern hemisphere it is the shortest day, because as we know the axial tilt of the earth is 23.5 degrees on this particular day, June 21st, on summer solstice. The northern north pole is tilted towards the sun. That is, as we know, earth is tilted like this, 23.5, and this is the sun, and earth is revolving around the sun. This is north pole. On 21st of June, north pole is facing towards the northern hemisphere, is facing towards the sun, and that's the reason why this northern hemisphere is going to receive more and more amount of sunlight, and hence there is the largest day in northern hemisphere, and the scenario is different in southern hemisphere, because the amount of sunlight which is received here at the south pole is very less, and hence there is the shortest day of the year in southern hemisphere. And this solstice day is considered as an auspicious day in many cultures throughout the world, and so many people will celebrate on this day, and they consider this day as auspicious day. And on this particular day we are going to witness annual solar eclipse. What is the annular solar eclipse, and what is the annularity, how it is visible? Means here we all know that moon is revolving around the earth, and it is revolving in elliptical orbit, and we also know that elliptical orbit has the two centers, and if we consider earth is at one center, we have 2 points in its orbit. That is, the most farthest point, it is called apogee. The most nearest point to the earth, it is called perigee. Whenever the moon is at apogee, then whenever this eclipse happens, when the moon is at apogee, then the umbral shadow could not reach the surface of earth. Then what happens? Beyond the umbral shadow there is an antumbral shadow which is projected on the surface of earth, and the places which are obscuring this antumbral shadow, and when we observe the eclipse from the antumbral shadow, we see the round ring like thing, that is the annular ring, and it is called annular solar eclipse. The ring shape is formed during the annular solar eclipse because the moon is farther away from the earth, and that's the reason why it could not able to obscure the sun's disk totally. And now if we observe the time of the greatest eclipse, the time is around 6:41 dynamical time. Here in this video I am telling the dynamical time because many people may see this video throughout the world, so they can add the time zone of their country to this dynamical time in order to get the greatest eclipse time for their particular country. Now for India the time zone is plus 5:30. Now here I am applying this time zone correction to this dynamical time, that is 6:41. As a result, we get 12 hours 11 minutes. This is the time of greatest eclipse in Indian Standard Time. In the same way, other country people can apply their time zones to this dynamical time to get their time for the particular country. And we need to keep in mind that this time is an average time for the whole country, because this eclipse time will changes with respect to the latitude. When the latitude change, the time of the eclipse will get changed. It get changed with few minutes. That's the reason, if anyone aware of the local mean time correction also, they should apply that correction so that they will get the time for the particular place where they are living actually. And this is the timing. And this eclipse belongs to the Saros series 137. And in this series there are total 70 eclipses, and this is 36th among them. The magnitude of the eclipse is 0.994. That means 99.4% of the sun's disk is obscuring during the greatest eclipse time. The moon's disk is going to cover the sun's disk by 99.4%. Here we need to keep in mind that only 0.6% is not getting covered, and this 0.6% is visible like a ring. And that's the reason why it is known as annular solar eclipse. The central duration of this eclipse is 38 seconds. That means the duration, the visibility of the ring will be just for 38 seconds. This eclipse is going to occur in most of the places like Africa, Southeast Europe and Asia. That is, the antemporal shadow is passing through Africa and Oman, Yemen, Pakistan, India and China. Now, when we see the astronomical information of this eclipse, the geocentric conjunction is around 6:41 UT Universal Time, and the greatest eclipse is 6:39 UT. You can even convert this UT time by adding the time zone of the particular country. The gamma is 0.12. This is an astronomical term. It says about the moon shadow axis from Earth center in units of the Earth equatorial radii. The greatest eclipse geocentric coordinates are as follows. The sun's right ascension is 6 hours 1 minute 33 seconds, and the declination is 23 degrees 26 minutes 9 seconds. Here we need to observe that this is the highest declination where the sun can go, and from there it comes down, it decreases, the declination gets decreased day by day from June 21st. And that's the reason why we call it as a summer solstice. The semi-diameter of the sun is 15 minutes 44 seconds. The horizontal parallel axis is 8.7 seconds, and for the moon the right ascension is 6 hours 1 minute 30 seconds. Declination is also same as 23 degrees 32 minutes 57 seconds. The semi-diameter is 15 minutes 24 seconds. When we observe the semi-diameters of the both sun and moon, the sun's semi-diameter is somewhat high when compared to this moon's semi-diameter. Here we can see sun's semi-diameter is 15 minutes 44 seconds. The moon diameter is 15 minutes and 24 seconds. So that's the reason only few part of the sun could not able to cover, because the semi-diameter of the moon is lesser than the sun. The greatest eclipse is occurring in the following latitudes, that is 30 degrees 31 minutes north and 79 degrees 41 minutes east. These coordinates are present in Indian country above Uttarakhand. So the greatest eclipse is occurring in the India in these coordinates. The path width, when we see the path width, the antumbral shadow path width is 21.2 kilometers. The duration of eclipse is just 38 seconds. The eclipse has a very high significance in Hindu Dharma Shastra. Anything you do in this grahana period will multiply by many folds, and a good deed you do in this eclipse will give a good result by many times more. And the Dharma Shastra says that the best time to earn and multiply your punya in a spiritual karmic account, our Vedic rishis have clearly laid out the rules and observations which we have to follow during the grahana. There are the three main things that we need to do during the eclipse. They are snana, japa, and dana. These three are the most important things that we need to keep in mind, and we need to do these things during the grahana. While starting the eclipse, that is when the partial eclipse begins, we need to take bath, and during the eclipse time we need to do japa, and after completion of the eclipse again we need to bath, and after bath we need to give dana, that is charity. Okay, as per Dharma Shastra, during eclipse performing mantra japa will fetch you immense of benefits. Dharma Shastra mentions that if you chant a mantra for one time during this grahana, it will give the result of chanting 1 lakh times. And the eclipse which is happening on 21st of June 2020 has some more significance because it is occurring on the Sunday. The Shastra is telling that Ravigraha Suryavare Some Somagrahastatha Chudamani Ritikhyataha Tatra Datta Manantakam. Whenever solar eclipse comes on the Sunday, and when lunar eclipse comes on Monday, then it is considered as a Chudamani Grahana. Now the eclipse which is coming on the 21st June, it is coming on Sunday. That is the reason why it is Chudamani Grahana. Then what is the significance of this Chudamani? Tatra Datta Manantakam, Anantakam. We will get n number of punya, whatever you give dana in this particular Chudamani Surya Grahana, whatever you do mantra in this particular Surya Grahana will give the Ananta Punya Phalam. That is what here the Shastra is telling. And here we all get the asaucha during the Surya Grahana, which is the impurity. Here asaucham will begin 12 hours before the Surya Grahana. So we need to keep in mind that from the 12 hours before the Grahana we should keep fasting. That is, we should not eat anything, and we should be in fasting, and we should wait for the Grahana time, and after starting the time we need to bath, and we need to do japa, and after again bath and again dana. This is the procedure. And there is a relaxation for pregnant women, sick children, and who are elderly older people and who cannot withstand without food. there is an relaxation which is also given by our rishis. And here Sutaka begins before day night. So from before day night we need to keep fasting. That is for India. In India, the Sutaka before day night means Grahana starts around 10 o'clock. 12 hours before means from night 10 o'clock you should not eat anything, you should keep fasting. And as it is a Chudamani Grahana, the Shastra is also telling that it is a golden opportunity in order to build up your punya. So everyone utilize this opportunity to build up their punya in their karmic account. So don't miss this. This is a beautiful celestial event happening on 21st of June 2020. So get benefit of this celestial event. Thank you.